Sir. So yeah, without any further ado, I throw the floor open to questions. We'll begin with questions for Yasser and then go ahead with question for coach.
Yeah, sir, you were in Goa before. You played for the development team. You made a debut for the senior team as well with the Super Cup, and then you went to Hyderabad. How do you feel returning to FC Goa, and do you see a lot of changes at the club?
Yeah, that time I was signed for the FC Goa, so I play for the development team. I don't get chance too much, so I came back again. It's feeling good for me. That's it.
What were the reasons that you came back? What made you join FC Goa for the remaining half of the season?
So I think coach works 3 years with me, and I want to be continue with him. So I got opportunity to play with him. So the FC Goa this season they really doing good, and so far that's why I want to continue here.
That's one final question from my side. You spent 3 years at Hyderabad with Coach Manolo. This season we have seen a lot of problems at the club. Players have complained, staff has complained. So how difficult were the last 6 months at the club for you?
For me, this is my first time we are doing like this. I didn't see before also, so it's be difficult for us. So for Hyderabad, yeah, they have good team. Last 3 years they are doing well. This year also they are doing well. The young player are good as well as so.
While representing the FC Goa, what is your goal as a winger?
Sorry?
What is your goal for the FC Goa?
So to win the seal and the cup.
Any more questions for Yasser? Alright, we'll move ahead with questions for coach.
Coach, you spent 3 years at Hyderabad FC, where you made the team champion as well, produced a lot of players. You have spoken previously about how difficult the last season was, and sometimes you said that the players who were there should have their statues outside Gachibowli. As you return to Hyderabad now for the away match, what are your feelings about the club?
No, it's true that my feeling now, today, is different than the feeling that I had
6 months ago.
6 months ago or 5 months ago. Now, in fact, I'm very sad with the situation of Hyderabad. I think that a lot of people who work very hard in the club now they are in a very difficult situation because they are a long time without salaries, not only players, staff too, even people who are even our staff or players who are already not in the club now. Is a big problem for them. Let's see how they can solve the situation. They are speaking every time about new investors, but I think that nobody believes. I think yesterday 4 or 5 main players left the team too. It's a very, very difficult situation, and I'm very sad because in football it's very difficult to build the things and very easy to destroy. And I think that this is what is happening now in Hyderabad. But we have to play. Won't be an easy game. And now the main target is to get the 3 points on Thursday.
Coach, Hyderabad may be left with only one foreign player. A lot of their senior players have also left. So how do you look at this game? Do you still think it will be a difficult game for FC Goa?
Yes. I have bad experience in these cases. I remember Yasser was there in my first season here when we played against Kerala Blasters, and we were expecting the lineup, and in that moment you could play with 5 foreigners. And when we received the lineup, they played only with 2.
Okay.
And I think that we were too much confidence, and was one of the 3 games that we lost in. We played very, very bad. We lost 2-0, and I think that that you can be very confident, because even when you play against teams, okay, are friendly games, but when you play against teams without foreign players, or even Hyderabad now in the Super Cup, except the game against Trinity, they were winning 1-0 against ATK Mohumbagan Super Giants, sorry, with all the young players, and in the first game they lost 3-2 against East Bengal. I think that the team will be competitive, but it's true that maybe with the past of the games, or with the consecutive games, maybe if they don't get the good results, is the moment that they can go down. But the first game, I think that they will try at least to do a good image, no? To have a good image.
Coach, can you provide an update on the injury of Sandesh Chingan?
Exactly, no. We know that can be a bad injury. We are waiting another opinion, but the feeling is that will be a long injury. Then it's true that we will need to sign another player, because we don't have too much defenders in the squad, and let's see. But it's better wait till the last moment.
Coach, one final question from my side. You have one of your best players. You spoke earlier about how Victor was one of the best players, not just for FC Goa, of course, possibly in the ISL as well. Sandesh was among the best domestic players that to go ahead as well. So you lose both the players for the second phase. How difficult will it be, and how do you look at the situation?
Football is football. Unfortunately, we had the same problem last season. We lost Katimani in the game number 5 ACL, but then Gurmeet played incredible. His performance were very good, and we lost Joao for all second leg, and we play with another players. And finally, it's about the team has to be competitive. Obviously, Victor, in my opinion, was the best player in ISL till the moment that he was injured. And Sandesh, everyone knows that one is maybe or the best or one of the best centre backs, and the other is that the injury was very late, and then very late. I mean,
you don't have time
with
to
the market. Yeah, and we don't have too much. We didn't have too much time to find a replacement.
Coach, your new signing, available for the day after tomorrow's match?
He can be, but if he can be, and he will be on the bench. He played 2 days ago in the final of the Super Cup. He trained yesterday, but only a recovery session. And I think that if he, let's see, if we have 21 players available, maybe he won't travel. If we don't have, he will be one player in the list.
Coach, what made you sign Varta for the remaining half of the season? What are the qualities that you like, especially because you've worked with him at 2 different clubs?
Yeah. 2, yes, clubs 2, teams 3. Because he was my player in the B team in Las Palmas.
The same year you got promoted.
Yeah. That year he played left back and he scored 9 goals playing as a left back. Then he played in La Liga, and then he played in 4 or 5 teams in second division in Spain. And then he played abroad in Israel, and then has a lot of experience. Technically is very, very good player. He's a very good left footer. He can play in a lot of positions. He can play left back, he can play center midfielder, winger, attacking midfielder. He can play in all the positions. He's a very complete player. Very good in the group. It's always positive. Very good delivery in set pieces. Very good shoot from outside the box. I think that is the season with Hyderabad last season was very, very good because he played in a lot of positions and he scored goals. He gave assists too. I think he's a complete player. He's different. He's not the same style than Victor, but he's another kind of player. Sometimes, maybe because I am like this, no? When you sign a player in the middle of the season, you need to
know this.
To be
sure.
Yeah, to be sure that will be the player that you need.
Yeah.
And then it's more safe for me to sign a player that I know.
Coach, can you please analyze the performance of the team in the Super Cup? FC Goa's performance.
It's true that we were maybe in the most difficult group. This is true. I'm more happier with the players that they were playing less minutes than the other players. I think that some players with less minutes, they took advantage of these minutes, of these games. But finally, it's like I don't want to speak too much about this because we played 2 games 2 p.m. was terrible. Not only for the weather, for the sun, for the humidity. It's true that practically in 15 minutes we lost all the possibilities because we play a good first half against Odisha, but in 15 minutes in 3 actions in set pieces, penalty, corner and free kick, that is not only is merit of Odisha too. We lost our possibilities to qualify. We wanted to win. But this kind of tournaments were not only Super Cup, this kind of tournament where not all the teams are in the same conditions, for me are difficult, these tournaments. But congratulations to East Bengal because they deserve to win the title, but look that East Bengal and Odisha, they could play with the 6 foreigners in all the tournament. But they play very good and they deserve to arrive to the final, of course.
Coach, 24 points from the first 10 matches for FC Goa, the only unbeaten team. How do you look at the second phase? Do you think the second phase will be more difficult? Not just because you have 2 of your players.
Always in all the competitions, in all the countries, the second leg is always more difficult. It's true that there is, I think that we spoke about this, no? The point that there is no relegation.
Yeah.
Maybe it's different competition because maybe when you have to play the last 3-4 games, maybe you have to play against teams that they can't arrive to the top 6. But always, usually the second, no, usually no, always it's more difficult to win in the second leg than in the first leg. But I think that this competitivity will be good for us because every team has to play the first game. Okay, we are speaking, let's see, for the Goa, but they have to play everything. They have to play. There are a lot of games between the top 5 because I don't think that the player who is in the 6th position arrive to the top. And will be. I think that will be a nice second leg.
Yasir, is it true that you had other options to join right now, but you chose FC Goa?
Yes, it's true. Because the coach is with me for 3 years, so he called me and I want to work with him. So I come here directly to FC Goan.
Coach, speaking about Thursday's game against Hyderabad, you have worked there. You are familiar with the coach, some of the coaching staff, at least Coach Tanboy and all that. You are familiar with the players and the playing style, etc. You mentioned earlier that the game will be difficult, but this familiarity with the playing style, some of the players, coaches, etc. Does this give you an advantage? Do you feel so?
Never know. Yeah. You never know if it will be an advantage. I know that we have to go to Hyderabad. In our mind, we know that will be a difficult game, and yeah, more or less, we can know more or less the team that they will, because they don't have more players than the players that they have now. But the first 11 is competitive. Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, I work with part of the staff, but let's see. I don't want to say nothing about the game, because it's a strange situation. No? It's practically the first time that I will find one game like this.
Any more questions? Alright, I guess that's it. Thanks.